So guys, week 2 has passed, week 3 is coming, and it's been so long I actually had a haircut. It is actually, very nice. But before I get down to week 3 predictions, I want to see how I did in week 2, which I did kind of okay. I've got a few things right, but there are also a few things I've got wrong as well, although not entirely wrong, but still, I want to get the exact scorelines right, but I got some right, I know it's all right here, and you want proof? Check out my other prediction video, it's the last video in my channel. Alright, let's see. Cardiff City 0, Newcastle United 0. I'm not really surprised by this result. It was a boring game. It was a bad game, to be fair, although Newcastle could have won it at the end, only for Kennedy to miss that penalty. But although Kennedy should have been sent off, Newcastle should have ended that game with 9 men. However, they did end with 10 men. Isaac Healing got sent off, a deserved red card challenge, and yeah, Newcastle really had a bad day. Cardiff, on the other hand, have earned a very valuable point. It's their first point of the season, but they are yet to score a goal so far this season. All it took is the red card incident and the last-minute drama with the penalty was the only talking point in this game, I have to say. And yes, I predicted 1-1 for this one, and I'm wrong. I'm so wrong on this one, but I got the draw right at least. It's 0-0, so it's still a draw. Everton 2, Southampton 1. Oh yes. Oh yes. I have to tell you this one. I've got this one exactly right. I predicted 2-1 Everton. I'm... Yes. You don't believe me? I told you. Check out my other video. Everton deserved all 3 points in this game. Both goals were exquisite. Walcott, that was the best goal so far. It was a brilliantly worked free kick. The flick on from Schneiderlin, finished by Walcott. They obviously practiced that in training. The second goal, Richarlison. What a bargain he's proven to be at the moment. It's only 2 games in, don't forget. But still, 3 goals in his first 2 games. Wow, he could be a really good buy for Everton. Southampton didn't play too badly, only... They didn't do enough to earn any point at all. I mean, they scored a goal at least, and Danny Ings with his first goal for the club. Only I don't get why Mark Hughes was criticising Pickford's not getting sent off for the rash challenge on Danny Ings, because obviously his intention was to win that ball, and then in the aftermath ends up ripping Danny Ings' shirt. So, I don't know why that is a red card. I mean, Sparky, just get your facts right, mate. Leicester City 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Oh yes, I've got this one exactly right as well. I predicted 2-0 to Leicester. Yes. Only Leicester were kind of lucky to win this game through an own goal, and the chances that Wolves have missed. And the second goal was a deflection from James Maddison, his first goal for the club, and Leicester didn't really do well. With 10 men, Jimmy Vardy getting sent off. So yeah, their manager said so as well. Leicester were very lucky. Wolves, on the other hand, were very unlucky. They've hit the woodwork like 3 times, and they had an effort cleared off the line, which really, they could have scored 4 goals in that game, but obviously they didn't score any, which is very unlucky for Wolves. I feel bad for them, really, so I hope they do well this season, but I just hope that this game is just a one-off for them. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Fulham 1. Okay, I've got this one wrong. I said 2-0 Spurs. That's what I predicted, but I still got something right. Spurs did win, so yeah, I predicted Spurs to win. Spurs didn't play particularly well, despite going ahead through Lucas Moura, which was a good finish, and then Fulham came back on level terms through Alexander Mitrovic, which was a good header. But since Kieran Trippier's brilliant free kick, which almost stirs memories of that free kick against Croatia, I love that goal, but I think this one's better because it's further out. And Harry Kane, on the other hand, finally gets his first goal in August, the month of August. His very first in August. That day, it didn't seem like he was going to get his goal. Maybe it could take him forever to just at least get a goal in August. But that day, he's finally done it. So, well played to Harry Kane for that. And Spurs get the 3 points, which is, well, they had to work hard for it, didn't they? Fulham were unlucky in this game. They hit the post, and they had a few chances that they could have scored, despite coming back on level terms with Mitrovic. But it's a long season ahead, so Fulham will get going somehow, although they are yet to win a game yet. So far, they've lost both their games. That's bad for them. I'm telling you that right now. West Ham United 1, AFC Bournemouth 2. I said this was 1-1, but I'm so wrong here, guys. West Ham have been terrible again, but Bournemouth have been brilliant again. And it's just so obvious why, because I look at that performance from Bournemouth and it's like they're a complete team now. West Ham, despite a few signings in the summer, are yet to get going. Maybe their new players need to gel in, or it's because they're getting some stick from their fans, or since they moved into the London Stadium, they didn't seem to play well at all. So there's a problem in this club. The other problem with this club at West Ham is the board. Yes, West Ham played bad in this game, and Bournemouth thoroughly deserve all 3 points, despite going 1-0 behind through Marko Arnautovic's penalty. which it's debatable, that penalty. On the hour mark, Callum Wilson equalises, and it was a brilliant goal. A brilliant solo goal. I love that goal, Callum Wilson. 6 minutes later, Steve Cook is there to head the ball in the net to give Bournemouth all 3 points they fully deserve. Bournemouth could yet have a good season ahead, but West Ham, they've got a lot of problems right now. They've lost 2 games with 2 bad performances, so I really worry for them at this point. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 2. You know, I've nearly got this one right, only I'm wrong again. I predicted 2-2, but Marcos Alonso scores the winner for Chelsea, so thanks a lot. But at least it met my expectations. It was a very good game, so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this game. Chelsea went 2-0 ahead through Pedro and Morata, thoroughly deserved really because they bossed Arsenal. Only Arsenal, on the other hand, could have won this game easily if they took those 3 glorious opportunities which they blazed over. All of them, Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan and Iwobi, blazed them over. Like, what the heck? Those are chances you can't miss. And they missed it. It's like impossible to miss. How could they miss those? But they did manage to get back on level terms, 2-2 through Mkhitaryan and Iwobi. Very good finishes. And at that point, that game could have gone either way. But Chelsea, it went in Chelsea's favour, so Chelsea get the win. And it's another 3 points in the bag for Maurizio Sarri in his first 2 games in charge. Unai Emery's first 2 games in charge were kind of bad, really, because they've lost both of them to Man City and Chelsea. Quality sides, at least. They can pick up. Okay, on to Sunday's fixtures. Here's Burnley 1, Watford 3. Ooh, I was right of which way the win would go, which was Watford's favour. I said 2-0 Watford, but it was 3-1 Watford. So, hey, I still said they would win. Here's a stat for you. This is Watford's first away goal since January. Also Watford's first away goals under Javi Gracia. And last season they played so badly away from home, but hey, first away game of the season, they win. What a boost for them. And they played very well as well. So yeah, 3 points in the bag for Watford. In fact, 3 points in the other game. Make it 6 points with 3 points here. 6 points in their first 2 games. Like, what a start for Watford for this new season. Burnley have been lacklustre despite their 0-0 draw against Southampton. Although they played badly in this one. So, no win for them still. And Europa League as well. I think the Europa League could be tiring them out. I don't know, but seriously, I mean, it reminds me of Everton back in 2014-15 when they were in Europa League, and they played really well in Europa League, and then actually, next Premier League games, they don't do well at all. Like, it totally drains the energy out of them. It must be the Europa League, I suppose, like a hangover. Manchester City 6, Huddersfield Town 1. Oof. Again, this is typical Man City, 6-1. I mean, what a scoreline. And Aguero's 13th Manchester City hat-trick. Again, it's typical Man City, good at scoring goals. They put 6 past this Huddersfield Town side, and boy, this is why they're champions. Huddersfield were awful. I mean, conceding 6 in a game like that against the champions, like, it's a bad day for you. So Huddersfield lose their first 2 games. That's bad for them. But they're against top quality sides, so their next game, they will have the pressure lifted off them a bit. And yes, I said 3-0 Man City, only was 6-1, but I'm still right. Man City did win, but I didn't get the exact scoreline. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Manchester United 2. Wow. I've got this one so wrong, guys. I said 1-0 United, but then it ends up 3-2 Brighton. Like, I did so badly here. It's a surprise to everyone because nobody expected Lightning to strike twice, like the 1-0 defeat against Brighton last season. And then it happens again, 3-2 Brighton, again at the same stadium. Like, they must hate playing there, Man United. On the day, though, Man United were just pure awful. Nobody gave their all, actually. Absolutely nobody. The way this club's being run right now, and the manager, with the lack of signings in the summer, I mean, this could be one of those seasons for United where frustration just boils over and fans just get frustrated at the manager. At this point, Jose Mourinho could lose his job if he loses more games. He could. But what if he loses the next game? Then he could be out. But still, Man U were just so awful in this game. Nobody gave their all. Although 3-2 flatters them, actually, because Brighton have a weak defence. Not that weak, but Brighton deserved all 3 points. They really came at United. Just when everyone thought they weren't going to stand a chance, they did. What are the odds of that happening? What a good day for them. It's actually that day for them will go down in history. And the Monday night fixture, Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 2. Whoa. I nearly got this one right. only instead of getting a Crystal Palace goal to make it 2-1, 2-1 Liverpool is what I predicted, instead of getting a Crystal Palace goal, I instead got a Crystal Palace red card, which is, yeah. But still, I said Liverpool would win, so I still got it right. Only Liverpool didn't play as they did against West Ham. In fact, Crystal Palace gave them a real good go. But at the end of that first half, James Milner puts away a penalty, and I don't know if Mo Salah actually dived or if it was a penalty, I really don't know. But at the end of the game, it was 2-0, and it was a great run from Sadio Mane, rounds the keeper, slots it in. It's just so easy. So another 3 points for Liverpool, and Crystal Palace on the day were kind of a bit unlucky to just lose to one of the best teams in the world. Right, okay, we're going to get down to week 3 predictions, so here come my predictions. Saturday's 12:30 kickoff, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. Ooh. Only it's not all bad for Wolves, only they're playing in the Molineux. But against a team like Man City, you got to keep them out really, because they're good at scoring goals, and Wolves have to do very well to make sure they stop scoring goals, just like they did last season in the Carabao Cup, which is, like, how did they do that? Play how they did against City last time, and they could stand a chance. Only, this is going to be real tough, because since Wolves have just come up, trying to learn a lot from the Premier League, and they were unlucky to lose at Leicester, maybe even unlucky to get all 3 points against Everton. Only for sure I think they will lose this one, because Man City will just play as they usually do, score goals, and thump teams as they usually do. So my prediction is probably going to be 3-0 Man City. On to the 3 o'clock kickoffs of Saturday, Arsenal and West Ham United. This is promising for Arsenal because West Ham have been terrible. Arsenal haven't been terrible, only they've just been outsmarted by 2 of the best teams in the league. But there's a lot of work to be done at Arsenal, only this one will give them pure daylight, because against a team like West Ham, they could win this one. So I really back Arsenal to win this one. West Ham, the way they played in their first 2 games is just beyond, like, what? I really feel for them so far. Only I don't think they'll stand a chance against Arsenal because it's at the Emirates, and the players will be pumped up. And after 2 straight defeats for both teams will want to improve, and I think Arsenal will come out pretty much on top. So my prediction is 3-0 Arsenal. AFC Bournemouth v Everton. Oof. This one's hard to tell, actually, because Bournemouth have played so well in their first 2 games, and they look to carry on that run of form into this game. Only Everton, on the other hand, have played pretty well so far this season. I mean, a draw against Wolves is not a bad start, and 3 points against Southampton is very good. I don't know, both teams could actually reach each other's levels. I mean, this game could go either way, so I really don't know. I want to see both teams pushing in this league, but I don't think either of them will get 3 points here. Bournemouth may have won their past 2 games with the vitality against Everton, but Everton could come here a very different team. So I'm going to say 2-2. Huddersfield Town v Cardiff City. Huddersfield Town lost their first 2 games against Man City really badly, against Chelsea really badly, and Cardiff are yet to score a goal so far, and they're yet to record a win. So one of them has to get their first 3 points here, but I don't think either of them will, so 0-0. Southampton v Leicester City. Again, this one's hard to tell because Southampton lost to Everton, being totally outplayed by Everton, only Leicester City were very lucky to beat Wolves. They may have played well against Man United, but they were lucky against Wolves. I don't know what to predict for this game, really. I really don't know. Only straight away I'm going to say 1-1. And for the 5:30 kickoff, Liverpool and Brighton and Hove Albion. This one just sounds pretty much comprehensive to me. I mean, Liverpool are possibly going to get the 3 points against the Brighton side, who took a lot of confidence from that win against Man U. Only it's at Anfield, and Liverpool have a very good team, and obviously Liverpool are a better team than Man United at the moment. Brighton did well to respond to their defeat at Watford by putting in a spirited performance against Man U, so they could come into this game hoping to do the same against Liverpool, but possibly try and get a draw. But I just think that Liverpool will have too much for them. Besides, they're not Man U, so Liverpool are obviously going to win like 3-0. Okay, on to the Sunday kickoffs, Watford and Crystal Palace. A lot of tough ones this weekend. I mean, Watford won both their games. Crystal Palace got 3 points against Fulham, but lost to Liverpool, which both those games they didn't do really badly, but I have the slightest feeling that this game could end in a possible 1-1 draw. It's because I think both teams are very good and they match each other's levels. Fulham against Burnley. Ooh. Both teams are yet to win a game this season. Only Fulham were kind of unlucky against Spurs, and Burnley didn't do enough to win their game against Watford. I really don't know what to say for this one. I mean, this one's really tough. I mean, I just can't decide what I want to predict. I mean, what the hell? Since both teams need to try and win their first 3 points of the season, I just have the slightest feeling that Fulham could finally nick their 3 points and Burnley to lose. And I don't know, it's that feeling where I think Fulham could actually beat Burnley. They will obviously take a lot of positives out of their defeat against Spurs. Burnley will hope to try and improve on their defeat to Watford, only I think Fulham will just about nick the win, a possible 1-0. Newcastle United against Chelsea. This fixture last season, where Chelsea lost 3-0, is why they finished 5th. Why they are in the Europa League, and this could be very different actually. They won their first 2 games of the season under Maurizio Sarri, so that's very good. So they're looking for a 3rd consecutive win against a Newcastle side who have lost their game against Spurs and had a bad day against Cardiff. I think Chelsea could actually win this game like a possible 2-1. The Monday night kickoff, Man U against Tottenham Hotspur. Like, whoa, whoa, ho, ho, ho. I am really excited about this one. I mean, this one could go either way, although Spurs won their first 2 games of the season, so they're not doing bad. Everyone's criticising Man U right now. I mean, they lost pretty badly to Brighton, and it was a very bad performance, so because they didn't make a lot of signings, and Mourinho wasn't back in the transfer market, and fans are getting frustrated. I mean, I don't know. Usually at Old Trafford it's quiet these days, so I really don't know why. Fans are frustrated, so because they want the league title again, so there you go. So do Spurs, but they will come into this game with a lot of confidence from their first 2 games, and hopefully make it 3 consecutive wins, and of course their first away win at Man U since 2014. Only, I don't think either team will win this game. I think Man U will try and improve, but Spurs will again struggle as they usually do at Man U in recent years. So I'm going to say a possible 1-1 draw. So guys, that is actually it for my predictions. I mean, I hope I get some of these right. I mean, I'm not quite sure for this weekend because there's a lot of tough games. I don't know. I feel like my brain is going to explode right now. But still, I made my predictions already, so hopefully I get some of them right. At least get some of them right. So that's it for this video, guys. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so you won't miss a single video. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.